leader Stephen McNeil leads a party of mostly men. Of the 51 candidates running for the Liberals, 12 are women, something he defended on day 2 of the election, pointing to his government's record of appointing 6 women to cabinet.
Find me another time in the history of the province when you can say that. I think it's unfair to suggest that our party, the party that has stood beside women to have them elected in meaningful ridings.
On the Progressive Conservative ballot, 16 of 51 candidates are women. The NDP are closest to gender parity, with 23 women running under the orange banner.
This is a matter that in the NDP we have always taken very seriously.
On the whole, Senator Wanda Thomas Bernard sees a gender gap.
It's 2017. We can't have gender parity in office if we don't have gender parity in terms of people running.
When it comes to racial minorities, the Liberals lead the way with 7 candidates out of 51, followed by the NDP with 5 and the Progressive Conservatives with just 1, putting Jamie Bailey on the defensive Sunday.
It is a problem, I acknowledge, that all parties face.
Well, no, you face it. Other parties have many more diverse candidates.
I don't think any party has done enough.
Of the 51 MLAs that sit in this House, just 16 of them were women in the last legislature, and only 14 women remained when it dissolved this past week. And just 4 people in the legislature were racial minorities. Bernard says barriers include everything from late hours at the legislature, inadequate childcare options, smaller networks, and a lack of outreach from political parties.
Yes, there's a glass ceiling for women, but for some of us, there's a concrete ceiling.
She says the first step is to set a diversity goal, and the next step is to act on it. Marika Walsh, Global News, Halifax.
There are 51 seats inside the legislature. Each one represents communities across Nova Scotia. But for a province steeped in diversity, equal representation inside the House has been painfully slow.
It's important for government to fairly and accurately reflect the people that it represents. So women are 51% of the population.
At the time of dissolution, 14 MLAs were women. That number got bumped up to 17 on election night, 8 of whom are brand new to the House.
I just think it's a great sign for democracy when the House better reflects the way our community is made up.
Susan LeBlanc is one of the 8 women newly elected to the House.
I hope I can be the voice of the multicultural women and the Canadian women.
Rafa Di Costanzo is another. Both women bring diversity to a male-dominated roster, a move equal rights advocate Pamela Lovelace is thrilled about.
I'm so excited to see 8 new women, young women with families to join the legislature, and I know that we're going to see a vast difference in the kind of conversations that are taking place.
Many of the issues that we talk about at the provincial level, so healthcare, education, senior care, child care, it's all care, and largely in our society, those responsibilities in a family fall to women.
I was very afraid of stepping up because it's not something that a multicultural woman will ever, from Iraq to step up and be in government. And I'm hoping that I'm going to give inspire many other women from different cultures to do what I am doing.
Lovelace believes honesty is the key to breaking through the gender wall in government.
Political parties need to be welcoming to women to ensure that they shut down misogyny and sexism as soon as they see it. We can't have a shift in the culture until we openly talk about the hate that a lot of women come across running for public office.
Alexa McLean, Global News, Halifax.